Hey, Star Wars action figure collectors, this is Darth Phoenix 619 coming at you with another topic video. The last one that I did, my first one actually, was the Thrill of the Hunt, Is It Dead? And it was back in January, and I got a good response to that video. People were asking me to do another one, so I thought it'd be a good time to go ahead and do this one on Scalpers. Yes, the arch enemy of the collector. I'm going to touch on various points here, and these are my thoughts, not meant to offend anyone, of course, and I would love to hear your thoughts and opinions in the comment section below, or you're welcome to do a response vid to this. But just been seeing a lot of different topics in regards to scalpers, a lot of different things coming up on different websites, on Facebook. I've been talking to Manny and Chris both about the topic, and just really wanted to give my 2 cents on scalpers, what they do, what's going on, how can we solve the problem, how can we stop scalpers, can we stop scalpers? So let's just go ahead and get started. I don't want to try to keep this around 10 minutes, so here's my background. I got some Quarry concept Boba Fett, so feel free to turn me on in the car or whatnot and sit back and relax. So, of course, scalpers are basically anyone, not just in the collecting community, but it's anyone out there who buys something and resells it for twice the price, 3 times the price, just a lot higher than it actually tends to go for in retail. When I first heard of scalpers, I always thought of those people that sell tickets, concert tickets or whatever outside of an event. When someone's looking for an extra ticket. But of course, in the collecting community, those are the scalpers are people who go to stores. They go to retail places, retail stores like Target, Walmart. They're there, maybe every day or every other day, or they are aware of the shipment dates. When the trucks come in to drop off shipments in the morning, so they show up those days first thing in the morning and grab any figure or toy that they know is very popular amongst collectors. They're online, they're on the forums, they're on collecting community websites, and they know what toys collectors are really looking forward to get. They know what's popular, so they'll go to the stores and they'll get them first thing in the morning. They may make friends with employees. They may ask employees to save certain figures for them, hold on to certain figures. I mean, I've heard of worse things happening at retail, where employees, and that's not true, I'm not speaking in general or whatever, and these might be myths, but they'll make friends with employees and have them put things in the back for them or whatnot. Of course, they're always on websites like Hasbro Toy Shop. Since I'm a Star Wars collector, most of my discussion will focus on Star Wars and Hasbro, but of course this goes for many toy companies, not just Hasbro. They'll go on websites and just constantly be very vigilant as to when websites restock on certain figures, and let's say Boba Fett 6-inch or Stormtrooper 6-inch or Darth Plagueis, that goes online. They'll be one of the first people to know, and they'll be on there buying as many as they can. Of course, they will then turn around and sell it on eBay, on Amazon, for ridiculous prices. You're going to hear me say the word ridiculous a lot. We've been seeing Plagueis for $40. We've been seeing the new 6-inch Stormtrooper, which I have yet to see in stores, for anywhere between $50 and $60. I know Manny, MG Villain MP478, pointed out in one of his recent videos that the new Bastila Shan, not the vintage collection one, but the new one that's going to be released on the Black Series, was selling for $60. One guy was selling it for $60 online. Figure has yet to release, already going for $60. The average was about $30 for some of those figures in that wave. So it's a pain. It's a pain for us collectors, to see that. Another example which I saw in Jedi Temple Archives was 10 6-inch Stormtroopers being sold for $500. $500 on eBay. I mean, $20 retail, that's $200, $230 with tax, going for more than twice the price. And it's hard. It's hard as a collector to see this happen. I've been in stores where we'll all see people on their phones. They're calling up people, finding out finding out prices. They're googling on their phones, the internet search, whatever, to see how much a figure is going for. Is it popular? And it's just very upsetting as a collector to see that happen, because we're in it because we have a passion for collecting. It's our hobby. We're buying these figures not to resell them. We're buying these figures to display them, either carded or loose, or play with them, do some articulated comic book art, stop motion, whatever. We buy these figures because that's our passion, not because we want to make a quick buck, a profit. I recently saw Mara Jade in stores. I already have her. I didn't pick her up. I don't need her carded. I left her, and I didn't know of anyone who needed her, so I left her, and another collector can come by and grab her. Part of me almost felt like I should have taken her, so a scalper wouldn't gotten hold of her, so I could then give it to a friend or trade it in the future. Now that's what the collector usually does. We trade, we help our friends out, and if we do resell, it's for a few bucks more, not for 3 times the price. So it just really hurts the collectors. I work. Most of us work. We're at school. We have jobs. We got to earn money to buy these figures. So I don't have the time to be at a store every single day. When I go toy hunting, it's usually in the afternoons. It's usually on the weekends. Not every weekend. If I get a day off, I might go in the morning. But I don't have the time to go into a store and find a figure. I don't have the time every single day in the morning. I don't know the shipment dates. I'm not online constantly. So if Hasbro restocks on Darth Plagueis at a certain time, I may not find out till 25 days later or whatever. I'm just kidding. I won't find out till the afternoon, and by then it's usually sold out. So I can understand it's maybe scalpers, it's their business. I feel like it should probably, it's their full-time job. I mean, I don't know how else they can be in stores every day or online, knowing when things are going for sale. I don't know how they can do that if they have another job. I mean, let me know if you're a scalper, if that's what you do, this is your business. How do you do it? So anyways, it's very frustrating for many of us. So who's to blame? Is it the toy companies? Is it Hasbro for poor lack of distribution? For not getting product out there on the shelves. Recently, in an article I read that they were limiting the Stormtrooper and Boba Fett, if I'm not mistaken, to 1 per household. So if you buy a Stormtrooper on Hasbro Toy Shop, then you are no longer allowed to buy another one for the rest of your life. I guess if you're at the same address, same number, whatever, you are no longer allowed to buy a Stormtrooper. So some people think that might be great because scalpers can't get a hold of more than one, but at the same time, if I buy a Stormtrooper and then I want to get another one because I want to army build or give it to a friend, I might have to go through a scalper. I can go to a different website, but scalpers might pick up on this and be like, well, I'm going to charge more because now they can't go onto Hasbro Toy Shop to buy more than just one. So, it's kind of a move as to, it can go either way. They just read recently that Plagueis and Boba Fett been pulled off from Hasbro Toy Shop. That's going to make it even harder for some people to get. So we do have other options, and I'll talk about that in a second. Of course, Hasbro is improving their case assortments. The new wave for the 3 3/4 inch, though that includes Bastila, is going to be packed 2 per case. So we'll get 2 Bastilas, 2 Lukes, and whatnot. So that makes it a little easier for us to get that. They did carry over the Boba Fett and the Stormtrooper in wave 4 of the 6-inch series. So, it's definitely getting a little bit better. I am noticing that, and I think most of you can agree that those were some good moves by Hasbro. I know that there another lines like the Marvel Infinite series, those are also going to be packed 2 per case. They're carrying over Omega Red, which is going for like $40, $50. So that'll give me a chance to get him. So I'm seeing some better decisions being made. Or do we blame retail stores for not restocking their shelves? I mean, it has gotten better too. I have noticed that I've been seeing a lot more of the 6-inch. I'm sorry, not 6-inch, but the 3 3/4 inch figures from the Black Series in Target and Walmart. So, it could also be blaming employees at retail stores for helping out scalpers and putting things in the back or holding items. I mean, I don't agree with that. I mean, I don't call up and say, can you hold this and hold that? I just don't agree with that. That's just my opinion. Or do we blame the collector for buying? I mean, if Plagueis is being sold for $40, every time I go online, I always see them for $40. There's a reason he's selling at that price, because there are people buying them for that price. If people weren't buying Plagueis for $40, he would be selling for a lot less. So as collectors, are we to blame for this? Oh, should we take part, blame for what's going on? I think the most expensive figure I got was Reverend for $50, and that's about it. I will not pay more than twice the price for a figure. Never. And that's just my decision. I don't want to do it. I don't want to give scalpers more money. I don't want prices to be jacked up more. So are we to blame? Because even when certain figures, it's a bid. It may even go up to $40 or a $50 for a Stormtrooper, or $50 for a Black Widow from the new Marvel Legends line. If it's not, we can't tell collectors stop buying from scalpers. It isn't going to happen. But every person that prevents, a figure being sold at really ridiculous price helps a little bit. What can we do to improve that? I mean, pre-order. I've been learning that it's really good to pre-order. I pre-ordered a Stormtrooper. It's $25. I'm not too worried about that. I think with shipping it'll be like $28, $29 from Dorkside Toys. And I'm okay with that, because if I bought it in retail, it'd be like $22, with tax and all. And, looking for one and spending the gas money at the time, it's worth an extra $7. I can definitely pay $29, not $50 or $60 from other places. Pre-ordering cases, waves, a lot of websites like Big Bag Toy Store, Entertainment Earth, Dorkside, they will break up some of the cases and sell sell certain figures by themselves or in pairs or whatnot. And I'm just learning that that's probably the way to go. I know not everyone can pre-order or order online, but for those of you who can, I really suggest doing that. That really gets the product in your hand at a decent price and prevents scalpers from making more money than they should be. Or do I just blame scalpers? That they're evil and you're ruining this hobby for us, and stop jacking up your prices and sell them for reasonable prices. Or is it everyone's blamed for everything that's going on? But anyways, I'm at 12 minutes, and I said I didn't want to go over 10, and I'm already over. But I just really want your thoughts and opinions, guys. Let me know what you think about all this. And if you're a scalper, put in your 2 cents, And so, yeah, there you guys go. So hope you enjoyed this topic video. And until next time, may the Force be with you.